G'day, g'day! News Now Toowoomba, reporting from the city of Toowoomba in Drayton. I have narrated a fair bit already and thought, man, I know I'm filming with my camera, but it's dark and you can hardly see anything, and then I realised I'm filming my dark face now that I'm in the light. I'll head back to where I was and cover what I've covered. So yeah, a bit of a modern shopping centre there, but basically we're in Drayton. It is the original settlement of the area. Before Toowoomba was Toowoomba, this is the original settlement. Any locals watching this will be rolling their eyes. We know. I'm sorry about the wind, guys. I don't have a windsock or a separate mic or anything. This is just need a walk, so why not do an audit of our fair city. But this is the original settlement. If it was the daytime, I could shoot down the street, and seriously, you could, if it wasn't for the modern infrastructure, the lights, the shopping centres, you know, you'd swear you could have a shootout at high noon at this place. This is actually the first hotel in Toowoomba. Well, again, before Toowoomba was Toowoomba, it was Drayton. This is the Royal Bull's Head Inn, established 1847. As I said, all locals know the history pretty well, but hopefully we've got an Australia-wide or worldwide audience in the near future who might actually find this interesting. Yeah, I think this is probably, I don't know, I guess we'll check the sign out. I don't want to audit too long, but Royal Bull's Head Inn was acquired through the efforts of the Toowoomba branch of the National Trust, and I was talking about how they got it in 1973. Here's the good stuff, the old stuff. Established in 1847 by ex-convict William Horton, the first timber slab Bull's Head Inn was constructed to offer lodgings, host special events and conduct official meetings. The outbuildings included stables, saddlery, blacksmith shop and a bar which maintained a solid trade. Drayton was a key stopping point between Moreton Bay and the Darling Downs. These days, Moreton Bay you call Brisbane, Darling Downs you call Toowoomba, but back then. Yeah, and obviously they're still the regions we deal with. Sorry, keep going. Even though Toowoomba had been established in the early 1850s, Horton extended the Bull's Head Inn in 1959 by constructing what we see today, and then a luxurious two-storey hotel for the community to enjoy. This, wow, okay, it's open every month. I didn't even know that. I thought it was, you know, once a year they had an open day. So, National Trust building. I think it's, I know it's the oldest hotel in, I don't know about the Darling Downs. It's a pretty big area, roughly the size of Switzerland. But for Toowoomba, yeah, it's a beautiful building. There's a historical hall up there, which I think is the council hall. Obviously not used anymore. I think it was in the 1940s or something. Old Drayton town, even though it was the original, got absorbed into the greater city of Toowoomba. I'm off on so many tangents, so I actually know my stuff. Been a Toowoomba boy, born and bred and all that jazz. Actually, someone pointed out, people watching my videos will know I go on tangents, but born and bred actually says you're born here, and bred like means that your parents did it here and bred you here, or you bred your children. Anyway, it's quite a disgusting phrase when you think about it. I mean, this is it. I'm going down during the day. It's got that old worldly charm, your cowboy town in the modern day. Yeah, basically this was the first black settlement here. I don't know if you'd say there were black settlements. I don't know if Aboriginal people ever did settlements, and whether they had camps. I know there was seasonal migration and moving around their countries. Someone might want to put some info on that. I love learning about Aboriginal history because there's so little of it. At school, we learnt white history, and that was it. And the guy at the National Museum of Canberra people criticised it because there's too much black stuff. But he pointed out that, you know, if the history of Australia was a clock face, the last 5 seconds of the whole clock face would be the white history. So, I think it's fair enough. Here's the And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a Toowoomba Municipal Band practicing inside. Home of the Toowoomba Municipal Band, serving our city and surrounding districts since 1922. The Drayton Memorial Hall. So I think that was where council buildings are. There's a cute little old building. It's currently the God Squad's clubhouse. CMC, God Squad's Christian Motorcycle Clubhouse. Yeah. So it's a quaint little historical village, which is, I guess, now a suburb on the edge of Toowoomba. But originally this was the hustle and bustle of country Darling Downs. And there was an old swamp out the back that was good for grazing. And of course the Aboriginal word for swamp was to swamper, or there was swamp or something, melons that grew in the swamp. But basically that was called Toowoomba because, you know, white people anglicising words they couldn't say. There's a little memorial here, lest we forget. So it's obviously a war memorial hall when it says memorial hall, but there's actually a war memorial at the other end. There's an auditor I want to check out, of course. Zinc option. Motorcycle guys are coming out. I have no idea whether you've even heard any of it because of the wind. So this is, I think, what, apart from the big police station downtown, this is the only other police station, I think, in the city limits. Then you got, obviously, out this way, I think, Cambodia, Clifton, up north, I don't know if Highfields, Crow's Nest, all your surrounding districts, obviously. You know what? Let's do the whole shebang. Townhouses. I don't think it's public housing, but it may as well be sort of as far as high-density, low socio-economic area. It's pretty rough. And to be honest, if I hadn't started martial arts training combined with the fact it's a school night and people aren't out on whatever, and that I had a live camera, all those things is the reason I'm Drayton by myself. I mean, for Toowoomba, it's rough. People take that as what you will. Some people get on the news about, yep, this person stabbed, this person killed, rah, Toowoomba's terrible. Other people are like, man, it's just a retirement home in the hills. It's probably halfway between that is the truth. But yeah. Yeah, so anyway, this was the original settlement. And the grazing area was at the swamp out the back, called a swamper. It's a swamp. And eventually, you know, like most cowboy towns, all the people who were poor would build their little tent cities, eventually houses out the outskirts of town. And that took over, and Toowoomba became the city, and Drayton got absorbed. But Chrissy Tree and the Downs, I think it's the Downs Hotel. The sign was on the other side. Too busy wanting to get to the war memorial. I don't really want to hang around, not that I'm not feeling safe, it's just I got other things to do, and people know, if you've watched my videos, that I've got a million kids and a million responsibilities, and I'd be out auditing every day instead of every quarter of the year. But I'll yeah, I don't know how much you're hearing or even seeing now. I'm out of the dark a bit. It's probably pointless getting the war memorial because I don't think we can even see this sign. It's a lit up sign of the historical Strand Theatre in town. Lights and whooshing traffic. It says welcome to Toowoomba City, because obviously out that way you've got the Cambodia district, Clifton district, and then it goes all the way out of Toowoomba region to Warwick. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see much. I can come back during the daytime. I'd rather yeah, Downs Hotel I can see on the 4X sign. I think I'd rather just go past the pub, maybe cross over, chat to the God Squad guys, and head home. Oh, have another look at the police station. I've been that it was, you know, 50, 60 even, but definitely 100 years ago, very remote little village. Now it's, you know, pushing 200,000 people in the city itself. But Drayton by itself, when that was it, just paddocks on the mountain for miles. The police obviously lived on site. Now I think there's a house still out the back, but I think they just use it as a yard for holding confiscated vehicles. I don't know, unless they have them in a back lot at the city. So actually, Downs Hotel, I haven't been there for ages, and prices are on the higher side considering the part of town we're on, but at the same time the food is good. And, I mean, I haven't been there in ages, prices might be better. Yeah, I'm tired, guys. People actually have said, I like your ranting. I couldn't think of anything worse. And it's a pretty quiet little village. So, yeah. Piccadilly, what's that car? So, just seeing how the locals go with the camera in. Ooh, bang. Oh, it's the bin. Yeah. Actually, there's a really cool thing. It's off this main strip, but like back over that way, you probably can't see me pointing. Jack Martin Athletics Field. You drive past, it's on the Gore Highway. It goes out through Westbrook to Pittsworth, and it's not far. You don't like. It's literally a minute from here. It's in Drayton itself, but it's a Jack Martin place and Jack Martin Sports Ground. Actually, there's the coppers. I don't know if you can see that. Not the front light, that's the back of the police station, but there's a house there. So yeah, the police station still lives on site. Even though you're literally 5 minutes from everything. Unless they just light it up. And it might be more officers, maybe they're back there having their coffee instead of this cold little building at the front. Oh, wind stop, and you can probably A, hear me, and B, hear the music. The municipal band practicing. YouTube will probably stop the video and go, no, copyright. Police parking only. Someone's in there, but front's probably just a reception area. Actually, I was just watching latest with Bow and James Freeman and stuff. So, American stuff. Yeah, I know in Australia public lobby areas are considered public, but the filming is just that little bit greyer here. Because we don't obviously have a Bill of Rights for starters. The God Squad guys are going home. Yeah, so... Oh, there's that wind again. What was I rambling about this time? Drawing a blank. Oh, the Jack Martin sports thing, I know I got off that topic. It's so much Indigenous culture, modern Indigenous culture is based around sport and athletic ability, and it probably is just a modern twist on the ancient. It was always like young boys that have their initiation. I know that they've codified it, I think in Sydney, going by one of the Sydney countries' Aboriginal words, corrida. So it's an actual wrestling martial art you can do. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It's summer, but it's cold. It's going to snow this Christmas in Australia. It's not cold, but yeah, when you've been used to 32 plus days, which is like 98 degrees, and then all of a sudden there's a night where it drops to, I don't know what it would be now. It feels like 12. So would that be about 56 degrees Fahrenheit? No interactions. I don't know what the police have their blink. They're probably just on Facebook, or I was going to say playing Minecraft. I'm showing my age there. I don't know if you can see the moon, probably not. That's pretty cool, just between the buildings there. So just get the right distance away from the crossing back there. So I can't watch the video and charge me jaywalking. Keep saying well and truly, well, far enough away, but yeah. Corrida, mentioned that. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, just with sport, just being at the heart of just celebration for all Australians, but for Aboriginal people, and their achievement really build gaps. I mean, I don't know, talking about Kathy Freeman and the gaps she got. I mean, people say it's cheesy and stuff, but if you were there at the time, 2000 for the Sydney Olympics, then people, you know, there's the last remaining racists where colour wasn't an issue because of, it's like, you know what, she did it for all of us. And, you know, then people started criticising she held the Aboriginal flag. Do you know what other flag she held? The Australian flag. You know, she did it for all of us. Now I'm rambling. Oh, wow, isn't that beautiful? I've never been in there. And they've got, like, Kids Eat Free Tuesdays and stuff. Very traditional. Hey, Woolies, I know who's using your trolleys. I mean, you get that at shopping centres. They all use the supermarket stuff to take their rubbish out. But this is even cheeky. I mean, they're not even part of the shops. Beautiful little steakhouse saloon thing. Grumpy's. I'm not getting a cut from them, by the way. In fact, they'll probably be ticked off that I'm filming. It's quite pretty. So anyway, yeah, this is Drayton, and I've had no encounters. I don't really want to shoot people eating their dinner. Ah, man. Yeah, Jack Martin Place, sorry. It's really a great cultural hub. Is that someone coming out to say hello to me? Yeah, Jack Martin Place, real cultural hub. It's not, it's making it sound like a sacred place. It's just cool. It's just important, and it's just become a natural, modern gathering area. And I've been welcomed there as a white Australian for NAIDOC celebrations, and that's a big deal. Until you're at something like that and grasp what it means to just be welcomed by good Aussie people, the original Aussie people. It's humbling, it's boring, and I don't know. Yes, I've met racists on all sides, including people who hate white people, all that. And the history that's from is real, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, when you're welcome to something like that, man, their hearts are open before yours are. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, it's a truck. Sorry, I'm just excited. Sometimes truck drivers give you what you want, what you really, really want. I just haven't had an interaction auditing yet. There we go. Mind you, Win News get their footage of trucks coming up the range all the time. He's probably freaking out, like, oh, does he have a speed detector or something on that? I parked a little whiles away. I left my ID there. Yeah, sorry, the other thing I was getting into is about, oh, another truck. Oh, no, it's just a ute who made it sound like he's doing that. Holy mackerel, dude. That muffler exhaust cannot be legal if it's making that noise. I thought you were a freaking rig. The lobbies in Australia, they're considered public. I honestly think if it was tested in court, you'd be fine as long as you could show you weren't looking at anything that was obviously not intended to film. So I noticed in a lot of the US stuff, they can literally just be, if it's private, take him to a private room. Or, sorry, battery's getting a bit low there, guys, and I don't know if you're seeing weird stuff on the screen. Probably not, shouldn't be. Yeah, if it's private, take him to a private room or block it off. But Australia, it hasn't even been this. What I'm saying, my theory is, hasn't even been tested in court. And quite frankly, with my role and responsibility for my family and etc., I don't want to be the one to test it. If I'm honest, I mean, if it happened, I would. But if there's something that's a reasonable person would intend is meant to be private in a public space, even on the street, you shouldn't film it. I mean, they have that vile upskirting fad, which I support the government saying, you know what, up someone's skirt as, I don't know, the wind comes up, or they're going up an escalator at the shopping centre. Well, that's not public space anyway. But, you know, that's intended to be private. And these creeps, I think someone went to jail for it or got prosecuted. I don't know what the punishment was, but, you know, I support the law of the land, but the law of the land has to be the law of the land for all. Doesn't matter what your job is in private, government, police. So, and yeah, it should be tested in lobbies, I think, because we don't test or stand up for our rights, we lose them, as they say. And it's the same in Australia, and we're so apathetic. Man, for auditing in France, man, that would just turn to right in a second. Speaking of which, shout out to the yellow vests. Actually, this mainstream media, you just hear it sounds like it's thugs, that sort of thing. Go online, watch actual interviews with people and why they're protesting, because we're just getting fed baloney. I mean, you watch actual people on the street actually talking, you get the real story. And a lot of it, fake news is not the word necessarily, it's deliberate omission news. There's another plaque over here near the school. Run out of battery. My wife will be, where are you? Okay. Cold stuff will be melting. Here we go. My wife does not sound like that. That's me freaking out about it melting myself. Man, you can't see diddly. And I'm not reading all that. That's like 500 words. It's about a baptism that took place here from St Matthew's Church, which is an amazing church. It's up on this hill here, overlooking Drayton Harbour. It's fantastic. Anyway, that's cool. Look at their house. Just overview of the tennis court and the school. Unless they have noisy vacation care or after school care, you got a good little setup with a view up here. Yeah, I'm walking back to my car now anyway. Parked. I mean, I didn't want to be long, but I didn't want to park a mile away, and I didn't want to park down too many dark streets. You do get bashed here for, I don't know, being alone or being white. And I'm not saying that necessarily means the perpetrators are Indigenous or other race. You get literally picked out by white groups because they know that they can sort of just say, what? It's Drayton. And he said the attackers called him a white piece of whatever, so couldn't have been us. We're white too, you know. Thugs are smart. But yeah, so I'm going to hightail it. I don't know. So it was more a historical lesson. There was no contact. It's night time on a sleepy edge of town, so it's probably more of that than... I mean, no one really noticed me. Had a quick look in the hotels, what I could see. I mean, I'm going to do this more and get on it. And I've promised you guys videos up weeks ago, and yeah, bear with me, I'm getting there. But thanks for watching, guys. If you have any, I was going to say if you have questions, let me know, man. Just get online. Every town has awesome history. Okay. Hopefully I didn't start any thoughts that I didn't finish. God bless, keep safe. Oh, the lobby stuff. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I think if you went in and just filmed like the decorations and the memorial stuff and the historical stuff, you should be fine. But yeah, you'd be in court because it hasn't been tested. Once a few towns get sued, police, all policing here is state government. But it's not. They don't have the powers of the state police in the US. But the US is so diversified with law enforcement. It's meant to stop corruption, but man, you guys are over-governed if you're watching. We think we're over-governed. Man, the amount of tax money that gets sucked away just with us having state governments, and I don't know about over there, but or Europe or anywhere, but politicians, they serve 2 terms and they get these massive triple-figure pensions for life. Like, oh, it's the worst scam. Man, I'd fight some fights to stop a lot of that stuff if I didn't have. You gotta pick your battles, and I'm in a season where I'm rambling. Anyway, good night, Australia. Good night, planet Earth. Yeah, all the best, Bow and Freeman, where you guys are, if you're watching. I talk like you guys would be watching. Please comment if you are, and maybe we'll one day. But all the best today. I know you guys have got a front up again in Texas. I don't know. Yeah, wish you well, guys. Keep asking questions, and yeah, things aren't moving, and you know they're used to the conversations happening their way, because even your lawyers, they can, ooh, you know, your law degree, your law degree is something or not your bar or whatever, we could take away if you don't play by the rules. You don't lawyer up and ask questions, and things aren't moving the way they want or as fast as they want. It's funny. I know you guys were ticked, and fair enough, but I just think it's funny, you know, all of a sudden their own rules aren't working, and they're just piddly rules, they're not laws. And God bless you guys. Keep it moving. Keep everyone free. Thank you all.